Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be talking you through how I went from working in retail to working in the software engineering industry. I'm currently an apprentice software developer working with a company earning well over £1 billion annually. The software engineering industry is a highly sought after industry to work in for its many benefits such as high pay, good career progression, options to work remotely. Prior to securing my job in the software development industry, I was working in retail. And prior to that, I did go to university and I got a degree in forensic psychology, which I was struggling to make the most of. After completing my apprenticeship later this year, I hope to join the same company as a junior software engineer, where I'll be earning roughly 30k a year. I had no prior experience or qualifications in computing or programming, and I managed to enter the industry. Here's how I made it happen. After studying forensic psychology at university and working part-time in retail, I realized I didn't really enjoy the work or the job prospects that came with my degree. So once I left uni, I transitioned to retail full-time for a year. I enjoyed the work and I was working hard, but I felt like my employment and wider life lacked meaning. Unsure of what I wanted, I started to learn to code again, and I did this simply because I enjoyed it and I found purpose in learning something new. The habit of learning to code stuck with me, and for a couple months I was teaching myself how to code and learning something new every day. Even if it only meant 15 to 30 minutes of learning to code daily, I made sure I was consistent with that habit. Eventually, a few months down the line, I found a programming course that taught the fundamentals of programming and software development, and that course was full-time and lasted several months. I knew that if I took this course, it would take my coding to the next level and give me vital experience that I could use to perhaps leverage and land a job in the software development industry. However, there were many risks that came with taking that course full-time. It would mean that I was no longer employed and I wouldn't have a salary coming in. However, I took the chance. Luckily, I lived at home with my parents and was able to enroll on the course and not have to worry about rent or housing. During the course, I learned the fundamentals of software development and programming. The course was full-time and I made sure I applied myself day in, day out as much as I could because it was an investment for me in my future. Following the completion of the course, I applied for many different software development positions and I faced a ton of rejections. For a good few months, all I did was apply and get rejected. Eventually, I managed to land 2 interviews and my interviewing skills are pretty good, and so I managed to secure 2 job offers, and I chose the software engineering apprenticeship for its growth potential. In conclusion, it took about a year to land this job with a lot of little milestones and blockers along the way. If we have a look at this visual, we can visualize what my journey looked like. This is my visual roadmap. It's a visualization of the journey I went on. If we have a look here, we can see the first milestone was beginning teaching myself to code. The first blocker I had was I was uncertain whether that would pay off. Milestone number 2 was finding a course teaching the basics of software development. The blocker I had for that was enrolling full-time meant I would be unemployed and I wouldn't have a salary coming in. Milestone number 3 was passing on the course and applying for jobs. And the blocker I had at this stage was constant rejections and imposter syndrome. And then finally, I achieved my ultimate goal of securing meaningful employment. Overall, I learned a lot on this journey. I derive more from my work as a software developer and I have better benefits from working in this industry. So I'm happy I made this big change in my life. And I wanted to share some of the lessons I've learned along the way. Seneca once said that for a ship without a destination, no wind is favourable. When I was working in retail, I didn't really have much to aim for, and this lack of aim translated to a lack of drive. I felt like there wasn't really anything I was working towards, and so having a goal, having something to work towards gave my life more purpose, which also meant that I had something I could invest my energy into. Meaning is crucial for happiness. I derive a lot of meaning from my work as an apprentice software engineer. It allows me to make a significant positive impact on the company and foster personal growth, all which positively affects my well-being and overall sense of happiness. Big changes can be really overwhelming. If you desire to make significant changes in your life, taking small, consistent steps is an approach I recommend. By allowing time to work in your favor and consistently making effort, you can eventually achieve major transformations. And lastly, patience is essential. When pursuing long-term goals or significant changes, instant results are unlikely. Changes often occur gradually, and it's only really after a breakthrough moment that our progress becomes evident. Therefore, when pursuing long-term goals, try to have as much patience as possible and trust in the process. Thank you really much for watching my video, and if you have any things you want to share with me, please leave it in the comment section below, and I hope you have a great day.